Good evening. I don't even know. I don't even know this is live. This is literally the first Periscope that I have ever done, guys. I don't know if anybody's even going to be watching this. I'm just testing it out. For those who are probably Whiskers joined, I don't know if you even know anything about me, Whiskers. The people who are following me actually on Periscope will know a little bit about me, but because this is the first scope that I've done, not many people will. My name is Ross Grant. I'm an actor and voiceover artist from Manchester in the UK, and for the last kind of 5 years I've ran some pretty successful websites for the acting industry. Who we got? Whiskers says, hey Ross. Who are you, Whiskers? What's your first name? Maybe I know you, maybe I don't. Yeah, so for the last 5 years or so, I've ran some pretty successful websites on the acting industry and the voiceover industry. And I've been obsessed for like the last decade. Karen, all right, Karen. I've been obsessed for like the last decade or so. I'd say probably kind of 9 years with mindset and with positive psychology, and with the difference kind of in people's mindset and the difference that makes to them being kind of all right at life, you know, successful or massively successful. And I'm about to launch in, well, I'm hoping maybe 3 weeks time, a mindset course specifically for actors, although a lot of it, you know, someone's saying I'm going to have to stop you there, I'm afraid. Kittens or mittens? Who's this? I don't even know what this is about, guys. So it's the first Periscope I've done. All this stuff is just popping up on the screen. But yeah, in about 3 weeks time, I'm hoping to launch the first mindset course that I've ever kind of done for people. This is something that I've been obsessed with for years, and thought I would put into practice. It's called Bulletproof Actor, Unstoppable Confidence, Infinite Success, and it's going to help people within the acting industry to basically kind of rewrite their lives, rewrite their stories, their limiting stories, or the limiting beliefs that they have about themselves, particularly that just life can throw at you, but this industry can particularly throw at you. And I'm really excited about it. So what I want to do with these Periscopes is, up until that launch, is kind of just pop on for 10 minutes, maybe every day, and just communicate with you guys and just give you some little mind hacks and things that are going to kind of get you in the mood for the course when it comes out. And we'll just talk about loads of stuff, and people can ask me questions, and we'll just get to know each other, and hopefully it'll be a nice little Periscope experiment, because I've never done anything on here before. I've been watching people on Periscope for about 3 weeks, and I think it's brilliant, but I don't know if I'm going to be any good at it, but we'll see. First of all, how am I sounding, by the way? I'm using this microphone here. It's called a Smart Lav Plus by Rode. I didn't want to use just the microphone on the iPad because I don't think it'd be as good. Does it sound all right? And what about lighting? I've got a light on over here, but I don't know if it's too bright. It seems to be kind of bleaching my face out a bit. But let me know if it all looks okay. I'm still seeing all these kittens and mittens things on here. But at least Karen says it sounds fine, so cheers, Karen. For those who are new to Periscope as well, because I only just started using this, what you can do is, if you want to keep up with these Periscopes that I'm going to do, if you swipe left to right on your screen, you'll see my little profile and you can follow me. If you like what I'm saying as well, you can give me some hearts by just keep tapping the screen, and that's like gonna make me feel good that at least what I'm talking about, there's a few hearts, is useful for people. And then if you've got any questions, obviously type them in, and we'll talk about that. It's Macca's sister, Karen. That's who it is. Now I know who you are, Karen. I thought you were a different Karen. I've got about 3 Karens in my life, but there you go. It's you. So that's good to hear from you. I've not spoken to you in donkey's years. So Karen, basically, I'm doing a mindset course. You're not an actress, but maybe you'll still want to jump on, and you can still get some mind hacks through these Periscopes. So what I want to talk about tonight, guys, I've only got about 10 minutes, is part of the course. Well, a lot of what Bulletproof Actor kind of evolves around, really, is something called the success cycle, which is really why the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. It's why successful people become more and more successful, and it's why unsuccessful people, unfortunately, just kind of shrivel up and die, really, and just become less and less successful. in life, and the success cycle all begins with belief in your potential. Okay, if you imagine in each corner of the screen, right, so up here we've got potential. Okay, now the belief in your own potential, if you think that you have huge potential, then you are going to take massive action on that thing that it is that you want to achieve. So up here we're going to have action. Okay, the action that you take determines the results that you get. Okay, so if you take massive action, the results that you take are going to be good, or if not great. Okay, now from that action and your results becoming good or great, you then feed back into your belief. So you say, if your results were great, see, I told you I could do it because I had belief in my potential, I took massive action, I got great results, and now I believe that I've got even more potential, and it feeds back up into your potential. So next time you take even more action, you get even better results, you get more belief, and you get more potential. What most people do, like literally 99% of people in life, is they think, well, you know what, I don't have very much potential. They go, oh, you know what, that won't work for me. So I've seen him get successful in the acting industry, for instance. They go, oh yeah, well, you know, he looks better than me, or you know, he's more talented than me, or he knows more people than me. So they don't think they've got that much potential, which limits them on the action that they take. So if you don't think you've got loads of potential, you take real little action. And I see actors and just people in life, you know, so much of the time, really criticizing themselves, bring themselves down, so they don't take much action on what they want in life. They get terrible results because they're not taking any action, and then that feeds back into their belief, where they go, oh, see, I told you it wouldn't work. So next time they think they've even got even less potential, they take even less action, get worse results, and the cycle continues. So in Bulletproof Actor, this entire course, guys, this is a huge course actually. When I set out to create it, I didn't think it was going to be as big as it's become. It's 5 units, and it basically takes people through the success cycle. It takes you through all of the external factors in our lives that feed in to these limiting beliefs that people create about themselves, which makes them believe they don't have very much potential, and again they take little action, get terrible results, and then they have very little belief in their potential for next time. Goes all through that with people. It also takes people through their life story. We all have our own story, basically, that we pretty much live by, okay, and this is determined by life events that have happened to us, whether they are good or whether they are bad. So things that have happened years ago might still be limiting you today. So I always tell a little anecdote about this. It's quite fascinating. If you can YouTube this as well. If you search on YouTube for elephant training, you'll see people. What's just fallen down? Oh, sorry, it just fell down, but it's all right. It's not on camera. You'll see people training elephants when they are little, when they're babies. Okay, and it's amazing. They tie like a little rope around the front foot of an elephant, and they will then tether this elephant onto a pole that's kind of like 3 feet out of the ground. Okay, now for a while the elephant starts to struggle and starts to try to pull away from this pole, until you know, an hour or two later it goes, you know what, forget it, I'm not strong enough, I can't get away from this pole. And this elephant is young, you know, it might be a year old, but it learns very quickly that when it's on that pole it can't get away from it, you know, and it eventually gives up. Now what happens bizarrely is, like 25 years later, when this elephant is massive, it's absolutely huge and could tear that pole out of the ground, its trainer doesn't need to tether it to a pole any bigger than the one that it was on when it was 1 year old, because in the elephant's mind it has resigned itself to say, when I'm on this pole I can't get away. And it doesn't even try and struggle. Even though 25 years have gone by, or 24 years have gone by, the elephant has grown so much stronger, it's bigger, it's way more capable. It could tear that out of the ground, it doesn't even try. And this is what happens to a load of human beings, this is what happens to us all. We basically get given a limiting belief when we're younger, when we're at school, we're told we're not very good at something, or you know, we have a negative experience, or a relationship goes sour, someone cheats on somebody, you know, someone gets fired from a job, anything like that, and then this person takes that throughout their life, so that 20 years later they're still experiencing the same thing, that they have this limiting belief in their mind that they are never going to be good at that thing, or that everybody's going to cheat on them, or that no boss will ever respect them. In the acting industry, actors, you know, have a bad audition and they think every audition is going to be like that. It's crazy that we create these limiting beliefs in our lives that just stay with us forever. So I want you to think about that as like the main part of this Periscope tonight. Okay, just start thinking about what limiting beliefs do you have in your life. You know, has something happened to you years ago that still, even though you are bigger, better, stronger, faster, today still limits you? It might be something that somebody said to you years ago that, you know, that still kind of really affects you now, and then that stops you having that belief in your potential. So it's really holding you back from taking that massive action, which would get you great results, which would give you even more belief in yourself for next time, which feeds back into your potential, and so on and so on. So what limiting beliefs do you have that are stopping your success cycle from going into orbit? Because we all have them. I talk about all of mine in Bulletproof Actor, or all of my old limiting beliefs that I managed to kind of, you know, overcome and obliterate, and that's what the course is going to enable you to do as well. If you have a look here, let me show you this. Actually, I printed this out just yesterday. This is pretty cool. This is the first lesson from Bulletproof Actor. It's the first one that I printed off. These are you get PDF documents with the course. You get some really in-depth PDF documents and exercises to go through. And this is what you will sign on page 1. It's a declaration to become bulletproof, and there's 10 commandments that I want you to live by when you get this course. Well, just forever. Let me read them to you. So remember this. I'll read you these just before I go. It's nearly 10 o'clock, so I'll let you go. I was only doing this for 10 minutes as a bit of a technical test. Point number 1, my past does not equal my future. Okay, so as I was saying then, forget all that stuff that happened in the past that's limiting you. Your past does not equal the future. Hello, Amy. You've just joined the broadcast. This is my first Periscope, Amy. I hope you're all right. We're just talking about mindset, and these are and a course that I'm bringing out very shortly at the end of September. So, number 1, my past does not equal my future. Number 2, there is always a way if I am committed. Number 3, there are no failures. Okay, only outcomes. Get rid of the word failure. Hi, Amy. How are you doing? Yeah, get rid of the word failure out of your life. Okay, outcome is a far better word, more empowering word. If I learn something, I am succeeding. Okay, so no failures, only outcomes, and if you learn something, you are succeeding. Number 4, if I can't, then I must, and if I must, then I can. Okay. Number 5, this is massively important. Life happens for me and not to me. So many people have this. Well, you know what? Everybody, just everybody, until you become aware of it. Horse 7B has joined. All right, Horse. I don't know if you are a horse. If you are, you're quite welcome though. So many people think that everything in life happens to them. It's always, oh, why me? Oh, that happened to me. Again, this gives them this limited belief about stuff. Okay, when you start realizing that life happens for you, you might not be able to help what happens to you in life. Okay, there are certain circumstances that you can't change. Okay, but I promise you, you absolutely have the choice of how you react to them. And a lot of people don't realize they have that power. They go, I can't help feeling like that. Well, you can. The harsh reality is you absolutely can. When you have emotional mastery, and you can really have emotional intelligence, and you're in charge of your emotions, and they serve you as opposed to you serving them, then you can have a choice, and you will realize that life happens for you and not to you. So that's number 5. Number 6, I promise to find great joy in little things. Okay, a smile, a flower, a sunset. Don't always be looking for these $1 million moments, guys, because you just let 99% of life pass you by. Okay, those $1 million moments will be few and far between. You will have them. I really hope you have them, but always appreciate what is around you. You know, little things. You might just be waiting for a train, you know, and you look up at the sky on a beautiful day and you see an amazing blue sky, white clouds, gorgeous sunset, and you can appreciate that. You know, gratitude is a massive part of happiness. If you can be grateful for the small things, then when you get the big things, you know, you're going to be over the moon. So that is number 6. Number 7, I will give more of myself to others than anyone expects. And I have this thing I learned years ago. This is why I kind of created the websites that I run today for the acting community, and why I'm doing this mindset course, is I believe you can get everything you want out of life by helping other people get what they want out of life. Honestly, you will get so much more by helping and reaching out to other people than by trying to hustle on your own and doing everything for yourself and hoarding information. And in the acting industry, a lot of people go, oh, well, I know about this audition, I'm not going to tell anyone else about it, you know, or I'm not going to tell them about this great resource I've just found because it's going to, you know, maybe it'll give them an advantage. I don't want them to know that. The more you give out, promise to God, the more you get back. You know, the more that you will give to people, the more contribution you make to society in general, the more you will grow emotionally, spiritually. You know, you reach out to people, you will get it all back. So that's number 7. Number 8 goes, I create my own reality and I'm responsible for what I create. A lot of people need to take responsibility again for everything in life. And it's not a bad thing to realize that every single decision that you have made in your life has brought you to the place where you are at now. So if you're not in a particularly great place, that's okay. If you're in an amazing place, that's okay as well. But every single decision you have made has brought you to this place, which means that every decision you make from now on can take you to somewhere else as well. You really do have the power and the control over your life to make those decisions. And again, that comes back to life happening for you and not to you. Number 8 says, if I'm confused, I'm about to learn something. It's brilliant. Being confused is not a bad thing. You will always learn, and like I say in point 3 there are no failures, only outcomes. So it doesn't matter you know, what happens in that situation, as long as you learn something from it. You can have a terrible experience, and I talk to people in Bulletproof Actor about some really bad experiences that I've had in my life. I was 33 3 days ago on the 9th of September, so I've been around a little bit, and we've all faced adversity. You know, people will have faced massive amounts of adversity, way more than I have. Some people might not have faced as much as I have, but we've all experienced it. And as long as you learn something from that experience, it's a gift. And people need to start labeling things differently. We tend to label things that happen to us as tragedies, and we go through our life thinking that they are tragic forever. And when we put a label on that that's actually positive, it gives you all the power back. So say for instance you do have a traumatic relationship, or someone cheats on you. I get this all the time. People come and they talk to me like, oh my God, this girl cheated on me, and I feel that every single person now, I can't trust anybody, every single girl in the world is going to cheat on me. And I go, wow, that's like, it's such a limiting belief. One person does something wrong to you, and you then think, you know, the rest of the 3.5 billion women on the earth are all the same. It's absolutely crazy, but these limiting beliefs, you know, kind of really do stick with people. So when you start looking at what you got from that experience and labeling that as a gift, so you go, okay, well, I had a terrible experience in that relationship, but now I know what I want from a relationship. Now I know what kind of girl I want to be with. All the positives that came from that and what it actually spawned for you. You win all the power back. So stop labeling things as tragedies. Label them as something else, of what you got from them. Label things as a gift, and you will, you know, so you gain all that power. Lastly, number 10 on the declaration to become bulletproof says, every day above ground is a great day. And that is very true. People need to remember that they are mortal. We go through life so much, not realizing that one day we're not going to be here. You know, and I've got friends, I'm 33 now, like I say, I've got friends who are my age, and I've got one friend, an amazing guy, who's got a stage 4 brain tumour. He won't be here an awful lot longer, and I'm seeing him now do some amazing things in his life. He's probably lived more in the last year than he ever would have lived had he not been given this news that you know, he's got this brain tumour. And I look at that in 2 ways, and one way I think that's amazing. The guy's got this bucket list, and he's doing dozens of things now, travelling the world, doing all this stuff whilst he can. But on the other hand, I'm like, oh my God, it's so bittersweet, because he's only doing that because he knows he's not got very much time left. Imagine if he could live the next 30, 40, 50 years of his life with the attitude and the mentality that he's got now. Imagine the impact that he could make on the world. And we need to kind of realise that, and we don't get that much awareness of this all the time. Last week I stepped out in the road and I didn't realise there was 3 lanes of traffic. I thought there was only 2, so I crossed 2 and I didn't look for a third. a car missed me by like this much, and that I went, wow, that's just giving me this amazing awareness of my mortality to go, oh my god, like that could have been it. And I'm like, you know, there's so many things that I want to do. If that had been it, you know, I'd have been taking so many things to the graveyard with me that I need to get out there. So remember, you are mortal, guys. That is so important as well. So that's the first lesson from Bulletproof Actor. You have got an exclusive on that. Bulletproof Actor, for those who have joined the Periscope now, is a mindset course that I'm bringing out at the end of this month, late September, early October. If you want to find out more, guys, you can go to bulletproofactor.com and you can watch a video on the entire course. It goes through everything that I'm going to teach people on the course. It also shows you the work that I've done previously to kind of get me to the place where I now feel qualified to give out this kind of advice. This has been study. I've been obsessed with mindset and positive psychology and success, entrepreneurship, and the acting industry, obviously for the acting industry for about 20 years, but with all this other stuff for nearly a decade now, learning from some amazing people like Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, Brendan Burchard, Lewis Howes. Check out Lewis's podcast, guys. It's amazing. It's called The School of Greatness. Go to iTunes and search for School of Greatness. The guy does 3 podcasts a week, and they are absolutely awesome. So yeah, definitely check that out. If you, as I say, want to find out more, go to bulletproofactor.com. Horse says, very cool, positivity is key. Yes, Horse, I completely agree with you. It absolutely is. It's the only key. It's the key at everything. But yeah, so check out bulletproofactor.com. The other websites that I run for those in the UK, if you're an actor, go to actonthis.tv. It's called Act on This, a TV Actors Network. I interview top actors, famous actors, directors, producers, writers, agents, everybody from the acting industry. I have some awesome guests on there. And I also run a voiceover training company called VO Focus. You go to vofocus.com. I work almost daily in the voiceover industry. It absolutely changed my life. I talk about all of that in Bulletproof Actor as well. And I train people to hopefully have the same experience that I've had. Get them out of their mundane 9 to 5 jobs, working for the man, making someone else's dreams a reality when really they should be out there making their own dreams a reality. So check that out as well. Guys, this has been cool. It's the first Periscope I've ever done. This is supposed to be a little technical test, but I've ended up waffling on for ages. But hopefully you will join me next time. So yeah, make sure you're following me. It's at Ross A. Grant, but I think you can swipe left to right on your screen now, and then you can just hit the follow, and then you'll find out every time that I broadcast. I'm going to try and do some Periscopes, maybe once a day, you know, even if it's just for 10 minutes, and just give out some little mind hacks and some stuff moving forward. But thanks so much for watching. It's gone 10 o'clock now. I'm going to go and get a coffee because I've got to stay up now and write a few more units of Bulletproof Actor. Test nailed. Look forward to the next one, says Lawrence Russell. Cheers, Lawrence. Yeah, also guys, there's a Bulletproof Actor Facebook group. It's a secret group where you will get sneak peeks of stuff and exclusive stuff as well as I create this course, and you can give input as well. You know, I'm still filming these units, so if there's some stuff specific to you, I'll obviously include stuff that's going to help you with that as well. It's facebook.com/groups/Bulletproof Actor. If you request to join the group, I'll authorize that, and then you will get access. So do that as well. I'll probably miss loads of stuff. Like I say, I'll be way more organized next time. I'll have a little agenda, but I just wanted to come on and test this out. Hopefully this is it's been useful. Until next time, I don't even know how you stop this thing. I think I swiped down and I stopped this thing, but until next time guys, probably tomorrow. See you in a bit. Thanks for watching.